Hello, everyone. Once again, this is Dare to Speak. I wanted to mention something about the Brandon Bernard execution and the different point of views from two different sides having to do with that. He was executed recently, and there was a lot of talk. There was protesters saying that they shouldn't necessarily kill him, and that it was actually considered to be wrong. He should instead just get life in prison without parole for his involvement in the crime. And there's other people in the opposite, basically saying, fuck that. He burned some people alive. The victims they suffered in this and that, and that piece of shit or that scumbag or whatever, all these kind of things they were saying about him should actually, he deserves to die. Now, I don't know too much on whether he actually intentionally did that or he was told to do that, because it was him and of course a couple of other people from what I understand. One was already executed from what I understand, and I don't know if there was others involved. I think there was. And the thing about it is, whether or not it was intentional by him, whether he intended to burn them for whatever reason, or whether he was told to do it. And since he was 18 years old, he was pretty much naive in a sense. But to me, even at 18, when you do something stupid and senseless, you should be held responsible no matter what. I don't know if having him executed is considered wrong. I honestly don't know. But in my opinion, he should just basically just stay in prison for the rest of his life. But if they decided on execution, then they decide on it. That's basically how it is. I just want to hear opinions from all of you on whether it was considered justified or not. Because a lot of people, there's a big debate um, having to do with this, and a lot of people are saying he deserved to die because don't feel sorry for the criminal, feel sorry for the victims. And I can understand that. I could really understand that. Sometimes protesters can take it too far by saying he was only 18, he was naive, he shouldn't have uh, done what he did. And I mean, there's a lot to it. I mean, even if a person was told to do it and he did burn people out of reluctance because he just took part in the crime. I don't know. I just think that whatever decision that's made on this person's fate is just like, you're just gonna have to take it. But then I don't know. Maybe I'm kind of I'm a little bit in the middle on this kind of thing, whether it's a right to do that or not. Because when you kill somebody, in my opinion, and the crime was very horrific, I think it's only appropriate for that person to spend the rest of his life in prison for what he did. Putting somebody on death row and killing them, it may seem like you're setting a good example and you're getting rid of somebody, good riddance to them and stuff like that. I don't know. It seems like it's more towards making people feel better, which is understandable, very understandable. But at the same time, something like this can get out of hand. There'll be some people who actually need to be executed for horrific crimes, obviously. But there's also people who don't really need to be killed or executed for murder, but they do it anyway because I think something like that can get out of hand. There's people who actually, I don't want to use the word deserve or deserve to die. I don't want to use that, but there's some people that should die for what they did, but then there's people who shouldn't really die for what they did, and but they do it anyway. I just think you could sometimes get out of hand. So I don't know whether or not Brandon Bernard actually deserved what he got. Part of me is saying it's understandable. I mean, he took, he killed people and stuff like that. So it's understandable. But another part of me is saying, I don't know. I think life in prison would have been better. So I don't. I'm. It's kind of like a tug of war kind of thing. I don't really can't really decide. I have like mixed feelings about it and stuff like that. So I do want to hear your opinions of from all of you, whether or not it was considered justified. I want to hear from both sides to see, whether it's considered justified or not. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Questions or comments, you know what to do. And to all of you, take care.